Tell you, it's a great day when your boy can make a goddamn Konami video, and you got a Konami video today, ladies and gentlemen. I swear to God, today, I didn't want to fucking be making this video because I'll give you a little context. Metal Gear Survive is a game that's coming out pretty fucking soon, February 20th, 2018, for anybody that's concerned. This game is by Konami, alright? The Satan is what we like to call it, Satan of gaming, Konami. Konami's making Metal Gear Survive, and they announced this game forever. I actually made 2 videos on this. When I first saw this game, I was absolutely dumbfounded. I said to everyone, I would not have recognized this game. I would not even connect this to Metal Gear if they hadn't put the Metal Gear title card in the trailer itself. The second time I saw this game, I saw some gameplay of it, but then it just dropped off the fucking map. We thought it was either in development hell or maybe Konami silently canceled it because they like to cancel good games. And I was confused. I was like, where the fuck is Metal Gear Survive? Lo and behold, in the past month or so, we've had some Metal Gear Survive footage come up, we've had some more screenshots, more stuff has been mentioned off it, and we have a solid, firm release date in our grasp. It's a pretty moistening time for us. But Konami, being Konami, had to just fuck everything up entirely. Ladies and gentlemen, I hate to say it, but in order to play this single-player campaign of Metal Gear Survive, you will need a constant internet connection. How do we know this? Well, if you go to Konami's product page, they apparently seem to have a lovely little tidbit tossed in on the PlayStation 4, Xbox One, Steam side. They said a PlayStation Plus subscription is required for online multiplayer. Nothing out of the ordinary there. It's pretty fucking standard practice. You have to pay to play online. But under it, an internet connection is required to play the game. A 1 to 4 player game needs an internet connection to play it. Now, the argument over here by Konami is that this game would have been unfair if you'd have given this, if you'd have allowed everyone to just play Metal Gear Survive offline or online. Basically, the idea over here is, and I want you to bear with me. If you're allergic to bullshit, I want you to mute the audio over here because there is a lot of bullshit about to be spewed. Apparently to Konami, Metal Gear Survive is composed of 2 main modes, single player and co-op. A single player takes you through the story of Metal Gear Survive while learning fundamental gameplay elements. Single player lets you explore a strange, ruined world as you seek answers and a way to return home. Way to fucking rip on Afghanistan. Oh, wait, are they using that fucking map? I don't exactly know. These skills will be put to the test in online co-op mode. Progress and rewards obtained in both single player and co-op mode carry over and apply to your character across both modes. Basically, this is a single player game with the ability to drop in your friends from the online server if you so choose. So essentially the kind of shit that's really common in cooperative games nowadays. You know, things like Dark Souls, Metal Gear Solid 5 with the FOB system, yet somehow that shit can be played offline only if you choose to. But Metal Gear Survive takes it a step up and does this. There are 2 other games, in my knowledge, that do this fucking bullshit. And one of them is Need for Speed 2015. EA's reasoning for that was because they have a snapshot feature in it, it needs to be connected online because you gotta upload them car selfies all the time, which is total bullshit. That game didn't need any online only. All the shit was done single player on your own box. Diablo 3 does this, which is also bullshit, but it's bullshit that's weird because the online does affect the PC version. You need to fucking I need to be connected or else the enemies start lagging if you have a shitty connection to the server. But somehow the Xbox One, PS4 version of the game just runs fucking fine without an internet connection. No need for that. But whatever, you know, all's well and fair. Now I'll tell you the problem with this that I always have. See, for a game like Destiny or The Division or, you know, an MMORPG, I'm okay with it because I'm playing with thousands of people on the same fucking server at the same time, the same map. It is a fundamental thing you know before you go in, and you can understand why it makes sense. You know, to have the hub world like Destiny, it makes sense. But for this game that literally says 1 to 4 players, that means in the entirety of the game, only 1 to 4 players can play together at any given time, but you need an online server for it, okay? It makes no fucking sense. All the processing for this game is done on your box. The only reason they have you tethered to the shit tier online service that Konami provides, because it is a shit tier service. Have you ever played Metal Gear Online 3, 2, 1? It is absolutely piss poor in how they make it work. hackers have made that game run better. But that's a whole different argument right there. We can jerk that donkey off when the time comes. But in this situation, this game did not need an online-only system. The only reason these guys tethered it to you is so that they can sell you some form of a microtransaction currency and keep pestering you by doing it. This game is Metal Gear and survival in their element. Survival, as we all know it nowadays, is essentially filling up meters. If you're hungry, kill a fucking deer, eat it. If you're thirsty, jump into a pool and drink all the water you want. And if you're sad, then chat with another sim if you want. Okay, it's essentially filling up meters. But in this game, I fucking guarantee you, I absolutely guarantee you, the actual items you need, everything you need is going to be so skewed to the point where you either grind a whole lot or you pay some money up front to get it early, which at this point is sort of the norm with a lot of these games that really have a loot system towards it. God bless Monster Hunter World that's coming out doesn't have that fucking issue. But a lot of these games that have these crafting survival elements really like to push these basic microtransactions, but this time they did it a little worse with Metal Gear Survive because you actually have to be connected to the shit tier service to use it. And the biggest issue I have with that is if the game is good, for example, and I had a glimmering bit of hope. I thought maybe the development studio behind it wasn't totally cucked out by Konami. Maybe they could go out of their way to make a good game, a decent title. And I'm still not putting the blame on just the developers themselves. I'm pretty sure some dick cheese at Konami executive some executive at the company probably pushed this idea out. Just a little twist in the knife to anybody. It's like they really don't want this game to sell for some odd reason. Like, we live in this multiverse society where I guess businesses don't like games to fucking sell. They're just against it. It's satanic, all right? It's not kosher. And they do whatever they can to make us not buy it. Because I was kind of on the verge of buying this game because it wasn't a $60 game. It was like $30. But now I'm not even going to get this shit at all. Because it's the same kind of shit that once they put into a goddamn game, you know very fucking well, especially with Konami, the servers go offline, this game you're holding is a pile of shit. And I'll tell you again, with an MMO I'm fine, trust me, I didn't buy World of Warcraft or Destiny or any of these games knowing that I was going to play them offline. I knew what the fuck I was getting day one, and I could understand it. But for a game like this, to be doing this kind of shit is downright repulsive, and I wouldn't buy it. It's like if 2K released Borderlands. All right, imagine this. It's like if Borderlands fucking came out and they said, "Oh, you need to be online because you need to be connected so we can make sure you're not doing any goofs before you play." No, it wouldn't make any sense. And if Borderlands did that shit, it would be fucking Defiance, and we wouldn't be goddamn playing it. You get what I'm saying? All right, and in that game it was easier. As far as I know, middling with your consoles or skills or whatever, or at least hacking your save files isn't even a proper thing on PS4. Maybe PS4 because you can copy them off. But I know it's not really a possibility on Xbox One. And PC, motherfucker, PC gamers have been hacking their games since time has began. All right, MGS5 to this day remains probably one of the most hacked games that I've ever played on the PC. In fact, there's a nuke counter feature in Metal Gear Solid 5. The PC version is like 300 times higher than the goddamn console versions. People cheat engine that shit like crazy. But we've reached a point where Konami has cucked out all of us and essentially made this game a timed exclusive, because in about 5, 6, 7 years, whenever Konami feels fit, hey, maybe it could be like a year after this fucking game comes out, and if nobody's goddamn playing it, you can bet your ass this company wouldn't put up the money to even bother keeping it up. And once they take that money away, guess what happens? You don't get to play this fucking game anymore. This game that you bought is just a $30, $40 coaster, whatever it is, and it doesn't need to be. The reason why I'm against this kind of shit is time and time again, it's proven to be bullshit. Need for Speed Payback, as far as I know, can be played offline. What changed? Nothing. EA decided not to be assholes that time. Diablo 3, PC, you need to be online. Why the fuck can you magically play the same game on the console without ever being connected? MGS5, which has similar components to this shit anyways, can be played offline. Why the fuck does Metal Gear Survive need to be online? Nobody asks these fucking questions, but we all know exactly why it's done. We all know exactly what they're doing it for. It's just to keep you connected into their shitty ecosystem so that they can keep meddling and piddling you microtransactions. And if you devise a way to get past the grind by cheat engineering, because whenever I play a game like this where the loot system is so biased towards me spending a couple bucks, I actually legit go into cheat engine, change a couple things, and basically get past the grind, because I ain't fucking dealing with that shit. If I want to beat the game, I'm going to beat the game on my own terms. They found a way to make you not do that and essentially tie into either paying them or fucking wasting hours of your time playing the same grindy non-stop bullshit. And the only reason I had any hope for this game is because it had the gameplay of MGS5, which is great. But if you're going to take the basic feature of me playing the game offline on my own terms for a game that's single player, this doesn't really even have a multiplayer component unless you count adding in my friends if you want me to. I guarantee you none of my friends are fucking getting this game. Very few people are getting this goddamn game, if anything, because Konami is a cuck of a company. And to an extent, I guarantee you this game's online service won't last. Konami gives no fucking shits. This is not EA or Activision or Square Enix where they'll support their servers till the end of time. Or at least that's how it seems. This is Konami. This is a company known for turning off MGS4 once, in their opinion, it died, when it had the same player base as COD 4 on the PS3, but except magically Activision kept their shit running. Do not fucking buy Metal Gear Survive, do not support this crap, and definitely piss on the grave of this fucking game that could have been good, you know, but it needs to just be pissed on to send this goddamn cuck of a company a message. And I know I've been using the word cuck a lot. I apologize if that triggers anyone. This is me, Mudahar, and I am